Alright guys, we got done talking about Turbo. Turbo was a mess. I did not like that show. And Power Rangers in Space almost did not happen because of the poor response from Turbo. So they almost did not make In Space, and it was supposed to be their last series, so they would cancel it, but Power Rangers in Space got a good response. I'm here today to talk about Power Rangers in Space. I'm trekking along with these Power Rangers shows. I'm currently done watching Power Rangers in Space. I remember watching it as a kid. I remember watching a lot of these episodes as a kid. I loved it as a kid, and I love it as an adult. This is a really good series. The Power Rangers that were in Power Rangers Turbo, TJ, Carlos, and Cassie and Ashley, their Zords were destroyed at the end of Turbo, and they went to space to find Zordon because he was captured, and Dark Spectre was looking for someone to capture Zordon and take over the galaxy, and Rita wanted to be it, and Divatox wanted to be it, but they found a new person, and Dark Spectre picked Astronema, the new villain, to take over the galaxy and take over Zordon. And we were introduced to the Red Ranger, whose name is Andros, and he runs a ship and he's a Red Power Ranger. And so TJ, Carlos, Cassie, and Ashley are all traveling to space, and they run into Andros, and together they become the Power Rangers in Space, and they have to fight Astronema, and she's trying to take over the galaxy and Zordon. So there's a really big story arc in here that also includes Andros looking for his little sister that was taken from him when he was a kid. There was Dark Spectre, Ecliptor, Dark Honda, there was the Psycho Rangers. There was a lot of things in here, and this was a really good series that mixed a lot of different story arcs together. It was compelling, it was heartwarming, it was sweet. I was interested all throughout the series. I really like Power Rangers in Space. The one thing I liked about Power Rangers Space is its villains. These villains actually did something, and they really felt sinister. They were ruthless. They actually got things done. You didn't feel like they were just going to place a bomb somewhere and hopefully the Power Rangers would find it. They actually did something. I really like the villains of Dark Honda and Astronema and Ecliptor. They were great, especially Dark Honda. He was the one who snatched the little girl from Andros when they were kids, and so he is very ruthless. At times he actually wants to take over Astronema and be the big bad villain, and I really like him. He's my favorite villain in any of the Power Rangers series so far. I thought he was really ruthless, did not care who he would overstep. He wanted to get things done his way. Then there was Ecliptor, who's been there for Astronema ever since she was a little girl, and so he views her as his own daughter, and he's really sweet. Even though he's a villain, you can tell that he really cares for her. Then there's Astronema. Astronema is really cool. I did not like Divatox from Turbo, so I was worrying how the villain would be in Space. She is really cool. She is has a side story to her that is compelling and conflicting, which I thought was really great. A lot of great character development for her. So she wants to take over the galaxy and overrule Dark Spectre and a lot of people. Does not take things from anybody. She gets things done her own way, and that's a great character. You know, she was one who I really felt like could be a threat to the Power Rangers. Rita didn't get anything done, and King Mondo didn't really do much. Divatox just put bombs places. Astronema actually did things that I felt like were a big threat to the Power Rangers and can end them as a whole. I really like the storylines in here. They started very early with Andros and him losing his sister. So that was like the big storyline in here. And I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but I thought it was very compelling. I thought it was a great storyline to have for the Power Rangers and the villains. I thought it was very, very well done. Then we had the Psycho Rangers, which were for a long time they're like the counterparts of the Rangers. They had the same colors and they were fighting the Power Rangers, and one by one they were trying to pick off the Rangers, and the Rangers had to have these strategies to beat the Psycho Rangers, so I thought that was really cool as well. And then there was Dark Honda, who was trying to take over everybody to become like the big bad villain, and I really like Dark Honda's storyline. Even though he is a villain, I thought it was really cool. I really like the Red Ranger in here, Andros. He didn't know anything about like humans and Earth because he lived on a spaceship, and so when he's learning things of Earth and going to Angel Grove and the mall and the juice bar and different things like that, it's really fun to watch him interact and try to learn things. I didn't really care much for TJ, Carlos, Cassie, and Ashley from the end of Turbo because it felt so abrupt, but here we get them for the whole entire series, and I really like them. Each of them are a little bit different. You know, they're still acting like teenagers, you know, fighting over boys and chores and just being teenagers. So there's that, which I really did like. But they all interacted very well. They all had great chemistry. They felt like a team and they could really depend on each other. We get Alpha 6 in here, which I did not like in Turbo. Thought he was very annoying, but they changed the voice and they changed his character. They changed his characteristics. He wasn't rude and undermining like he was in the previous series, so I didn't mind Alpha 6 in here. It really felt like Alpha 5 from the original Power Rangers series. The special effects are questionable, you know, they're floating through space in their little hang gliders and their ships are and their Zords are fighting in space. So, you know, it's quite noticeable at times, but it doesn't get in the way of me really enjoying the series. I loved the song in here. It's one of my favorite songs. The Zords are awesome. They're not clunky, they're pretty cool. Then we also get the Silver Ranger, who I thought, he tried too hard to be cool, and his name was Zane, and I just felt like I don't know, it was weird. He wasn't the best actor, especially like Astronema. Astronema started off trying way too hard. There was a lot of trying too hard acting in this series, especially from Astronema and Zane. They just tried way too hard. And wrapped up really nicely with villains from the previous series, and Bulk and Skull were in there as well. The ending was really cool. There was a really big destruction on Earth and other planets. It was cool to see like other people help out as well that weren't Power Rangers.
I am the Blue Ranger. I'm the Black Ranger. I am the Red Ranger. Loud noises!
Power Rangers in Space, I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the storyline. It was compelling. It was conflicting with the Rangers and the villains. I liked the Zords. I liked the Rangers and how they felt as a team. I liked the villains. The villains were so cool in here. This was a big difference from Turbo. Turbo was a joke. It was a mess. And if Space wasn't good, they probably would have ended Space there. So we wouldn't have got anything else from there on. So thank you to Space for being so well and keeping the Power Rangers series alive. I'm gonna go ahead and give Power Rangers in Space an A-. I got done watching Space, so next up is Lost Galaxy. I think is the last series I watched as a kid. So have you guys seen In Space? What did you think about it? What do you think about it compared to Turbo, Zeo, and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the series? I'm going to be doing a ranking system at the end when I watch all of these series and rank them from worst to best. So thank you guys for watching. As always, the support is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to check out my Turbo review, Zeo, and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers review, they all will be in the link down below for that. I'll create a special playlist just for those. This is Justin Watches Movies, and you stay classy.